won't be enough. That's going to take some time. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be swung on and missed, and look at that. A very good. It looked like it was hit in play, and that will get Jose Guillen Jr. out. So the catcher getting the minor player out, and very good play, and that'll get us to the 5th inning here in Fort Dodge, Iowa, as your Carroll Merchants are still down 7-1. So fortunately, they did not get any Fort Dodge runners home, but unfortunately, they're still down 7-1. So we'll bring up the batting squad for the Carroll Merchants. We got Tate Johnson, Mike Wallace, and Andrew Fay coming up here in just a little bit here on the Facebook and YouTube pages for the Carroll Merchants. We'll be back in 25 seconds.
19 Merchant corporate sponsors are Merchant Park Concession, Kick 106.7, KCIM 1380 92.5, 93.7 KKRL. And now, on to the broadcast booth.
Welcome back, Carroll Merchants fans, to the Carroll Merchants Facebook page and YouTube page. And as you can see, there's some young fans here in the right in front of the camera doing a little bit of a chicken dance, trying to get a free snow cone here tonight. Very good performance by these young men, and they will enjoy free snow cones here tonight in Fort Dodge, Iowa. A great promotion that they do. I wish we had snow cones. We got root beer floats in Carroll, Iowa. I don't know what's better, snow cone or root beer float. Tell me in the comments, what's better, a root beer float or a snow cone? I really want to know what you guys think about that. So as we bring on the top of the 5th inning, first pitch from Schwartz is going to be good for ball number 1. As the announcer said, Tate Johnson up to bat here tonight. This next pitch going to be outside yet again for Schwartz. Going to bring up ball number 2. We'll bring up the batting for the Merchants and Tate Johnson here. That's going to be good for strike number 1 by Lowell Schwartz. So for Tate Johnson, 8 RBIs so far this season as he hits one. Pop fly over to left field, and he will get there. For some reason, the shortstop, Nate Dolman, gets over and gets the out instead of the third baseman, Jackie Jimenez. But unfortunately, will be out number 1.
Chicken dinner tonight with a chicken dinner to J. Mars.
So I was just going to say, Tate Johnson, 8 RBIs so far this season, 45 at-bats, 11 runs, and 12 hits. We're going to bring on the stolen base champion, Mike Wallace. So Mike Wallace, as I've said before, 7 stolen bases. Before tonight, 6, but recorded yet another one, so 7 stolen bases for the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Wallace. That first pitch is going to come close to Mike Wallace. It's going to be counted as ball number 1. I want to see what happens again. I'm always hopeful to see some things tonight, and I want to see another stolen base. Let's make it interesting. Let's make it 8. Another pitch is going to be on side again, ball number 2. And this Merchants teams need to keep their eye on the ball here tonight, as they usually don't do good on the road for some odd reason. I don't know if it's shock of being in a new stadium or just the mysteriousness of being in a field not at home. And I don't know. I don't know exactly what the winning formula is, but hopefully the Merchants can find it and win here tonight. Maybe climb Mount Everest without a backpack and a ruck, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. That next pitch going to be good for strike number 1 for Schwartz as he records his first out against Mike Wallace. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. In the top of the 5th inning for the Miners. And we'll see if this game... Oh, and then Mike Wallace will hit one over to left field, and that will be infield. And the center fielder, Jose Guillen Jr., will slip a little bit. That'll be a nice base hit double for Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace, very good hit, I do have to say. So hopefully this will change the tides a little bit for the Merchants.
Mike Wallace double will be shortstop, number 4, Andrew Fay.
So we're going to bring on Andrew Fay to the plate. And Andrew Fay, already this season, 4 RBIs, has 38 at bats, 12 runs, 12 hits, and was walked 10 times. So Andrew Fay, not too bad of a hitter himself. And let's see if he can do some damage here tonight. As Schwartz throws ball number 1 against Fay. Mike Wallace on second. Let's see if he can take third. It'd be interesting as Jackie Jimenez, very smart, has a little bit of a lead off third base, probably expecting Wallace to run. As this next pitch is going to be outside for ball number 2. As I said, Jimenez maybe doing the smart thing against Wallace, making sure he doesn't get another base stolen. Next pitch from Schwartz is going to be hit on over to left field. That's going to be potentially caught, and yes, left fielder Jamie Young will catch that, and that'll be out number 2 for the Merchants. So now we're going to bring on number 8, Nick Supel.
Now stepping up to the plate, first baseman, number 8, Nick Supel.
So Nick Supel, one of the good batters for the Merchants this season. He's already batting .400 before this game. 12 RBIs, 50 at bats, 17 runs, and 20 hits. So Supel's not afraid to smack one and not afraid to get the ball in the bat. That first pitch from Schwartz is going to be good for strike number 1. Again, Mike Wallace on second, the stolen base king. He is an absolute thief. Right now, the Miners keeping him at base. Pitch is going to be head on over to foul ball territory. And that's going to be strike number 2, it looks like. Supel's going to take a little bit of time, take a little bit of breather, make sure that he has his head in the right space. A supportive crowd here tonight for Dodge, making the hour and 19-minute trek. Very great to see these Merchants fans out here tonight. And now Schwartz with the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Oof. Just outside. Going to bring up ball number 1. As we continue this game, we want to thank all of you Merchants fans and Pioneer Baseball League fans alike for joining us here tonight for this pre-recorded matchup of the Carroll Merchants versus the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners, brought to you by Johnston Communications. Pitch from Schwartz, way outside, going to bring up ball number 2. Now we're going to have a 2-2 count for Supel and Schwartz. Again, Mike Wallace on second base with 7 stolen bases now in his career. Bring in some clouds, it looks like. Some nice fluffy clouds. Hopefully no rain. Do not need rain here tonight. Pitch from Schwartz. Almost going to hit Nick Supel in the head. Very good. It didn't. It looked like he almost nicked his nose or something. As Mike Wallace taking his time, going to jump up, and next pitch is going to be hit on over to the pitcher, but will it be in time? No! It will. No, it will. It looked like the first baseman, Sam Kimmerly, had gotten off base, but unfortunately, he was on and got Nick Supel out. As Nick Supel, not very happy. He's shouting obscenities in the dugout here tonight. So with that, we will take a break here on the Carroll Merchants YouTube and Facebook pages, and we'll be back in 25 seconds with more baseball action.
19 Merchant corporate sponsors are Merchant Park Concession, Kick 106.7, KCIM 1380 92.5, 93.7 KKRL. And now, on to the broadcast booth.
Welcome back, Carroll Merchants fans, to the Carroll Merchants YouTube and Facebook pages. We're here live in Fort Dodge, Iowa, for the matchup between the Carroll Merchants and the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners. The Carroll Merchants are currently down 7-0 And this Merchants team has had some troubles getting on base. The only run scored was off of a Ryan Booth home run. And since then, they've had troubles even getting to third base. They did have bases loaded at one moment in time, but since then, nothing too much has happened. As we continue this game, it looks like there's some clouds coming on through the area. Hopefully not rain. We do not want to cancel this broadcast here tonight. But unfortunately, if we do have to cancel, we will have to stop the recording here tonight. So we will keep a look and we'll keep in touch with you. Hopefully this rain stays away. I don't know if it's supposed to rain. Did not hear anything in the news, but we will keep watch.
Starting off the Gypsum Miners here in the bottom of the fifth. Third baseman, number 18, Jackie Jimenez.
So now we're going to bring on Jackie Jimenez here to the plate to start the bottom of the fifth inning. And Joey Hudson again continuing his work tonight. And Joey Hudson has to keep his calm and cool. Needs to get his pitching off hot. First pitch, strike number one, and as I was just saying, needs to get his game together very quickly. Again, only in the fifth inning, and this Merchants dugout seems to get a little flustered so far. As we heard, or maybe potentially heard, Nick Supel shouting some obscenities over in the dugout, and rightfully so. It's a little frustrating to see your team down 7-1 for this long, and no runs scored quite yet. Next pitch from Hudson's going to be good for strike number two. Getting a beautiful night here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. A little bit on the muggy side, a little bit on the hot side, and the buggy side, I should say. As Hudson throws ball number two, going to bring up a 2-2 count. If you're watching here in the comfort of your home, I am a little bit envious of you. It's just a touch hot. Could use a little fan, maybe a little iced tea, who knows. Jackie Jimenez is going to take a little bit of time, going to adjust his gloves, and we'll get back to action. As I was saying, I'm a little jealous if you're watching this in your nice AC house, but you know what? I'm glad to be here. I'm honestly glad to be here in Fort Dodge to bring you another game. I've been out a little bit as Jimenez hits one over to Ben Berg, and Ben Berg going to throw one over to first. That'll be good for out number one. So a good third base to first base action for the Merchants. Going to get out number one. And this just might be what the Merchants needed. A good place on defense. So Eduardo Noguera up next for the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners. Sorry about that, fans. I was just grabbing a drink of water. Again, very humid. Need a lot of water to keep hydrated out here tonight. Hudson's going to be throwing a heater. Good for strike number one. Get a very silent dugout here tonight for the Merchants as they find themselves down 7-1. And as Joey Hudson throws a ball number one. But Joey Hudson looks to keep looks to keep the Merchants' hopes alive. Hudson now going to throw one over to foul ball territory. That's going to bring up strike number two for Eduardo Noguera. If I am saying that right. Not too sure if I'm saying that right, hopefully. Some of these names a little, obviously, foreign to me, but that's okay. I'm always used to saying weird names. Of course, Nick Supel and some of these weirder names within the Pioneer League. Hudson now faced with a 1-2 count with one out. Next pitch from Hudson. That's going to be hit on over to Hudson. If we can get there quick enough and throw it over there, and yes! Very good run up to grab that ball by Hudson to get it over to Supel. Out, number two. So very good awareness by Hudson. It almost looked like he wasn't get there. It almost looked like Hudson wasn't going to get there in time, but fortunately for the Merchants, they got there over to first base in time for out number two. Now Americo Luis up to bat. Americo Luis goes to Western Oklahoma State College. As that first pitch from Hudson's going to be outside for ball number 1. And it looks like some of these clouds just might look angry, but might not hold too much. Again, if it does rain, we will have to close up shop for tonight. Do not want to get any of this equipment. I'm literally out in the elements here tonight. And as Luis hits a ball over to right field, and it looks like Tate Johnson will be there, and we'll get the out. So a 1-2-3 inning here for the Merchants. No hits, no runners on base, and no errors committed by the Merchants here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And, well, we will get to the top of the 6th inning here in just a little bit. But first, we'll get a word from our corporate sponsors. Stay tuned. We got more action coming up in just a little bit.
19 Merchant corporate sponsors are Merchant Park Concession, Kick 106.7, KCIM 1380 92.5, 93.7 KKRL. And now, on to the broadcast booth.
Welcome back, Carroll Merchants fans, to the Carroll Merchants Facebook and YouTube pages. We're here live in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Of course, I am here live in Fort Dodge, Iowa, for this matchup between the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners and the Carroll Merchants. Currently, the Merchants find themselves in a little bit of a hole and a pickle. That can be, or maybe a hole in a pickle. They're down 7-1, and their dugout seems to get they're getting a little bit frustrated right now, as being down this long is not a good thing. Obviously, anyone in this situation wouldn't be too happy, but now they will continue play here in Fort Dodge, Iowa, as we'll bring on the Merchants batting squad. We'll bring on number 12, Ben Berg, and then Ryan Booth, the individual who got the Merchants on the board, and then Chase Costa. So those are the next 3 batters you have to see. You get to see up next. So let's see if the batting can get just a little bit better here for the Merchants. As I've said multiple times here in this broadcast, the away games for the Merchants seem to be a little lackluster when it comes to hitting. The defense is normally pretty good, but when it comes to the batting, it could be a little bit better. And I don't mean to be negative, but it's just the sad reality of life. As we'll bring on the Carroll native, the hometown boy, Ben Berg. And again, as I said before, I think I remember seeing Ben Berg around Carroll High School. I didn't go to Carroll High School originally. I went to Arweva, but I saw him around the halls of Carroll High School when I went there for college course classes. As we continue play here tonight, Lowell Schwartz is going to continue play. He's going to throw strike number 1 here. This pitch from Schwartz going to be good. Strike number 2. Schwartz making quick work of the Merchants here in the top of the 6th inning. Again, a very muggy day here tonight. Might be leading to some of the frustration by the Merchants, as Ben Berg hits one over to third baseman and will be thrown over to first for out number 1. Jackie Jimenez getting over there to Sam Kimmerly. Very good defensive play by the team. So now we're going to bring on number 14, Ryan Booth.
Right fielder, number 14, Ryan.
An unfortunate turn of events for Ben Berg. But Ryan Booth, the one individual with a home run, he is 2 for 2 for tonight, has a single and a home run. Very good not to swing at that. Going to bring on ball number 1. Now next pitch from Schwartz is going to be bounced off the ground, and it'll be good for ball number 2. Has Deshaun Welsh running over there, grabbing that foul ball. Or, excuse me, that ball. So now Lowell Schwartz going to take some time. No runners on base quite yet. 1 out already recorded. Next pitch is going to be way outside. Going to bring up ball number 3. And the Merchants will take that. The Merchants will take any bone that's thrown at them at this point. Pitch from Schwartz. Here it comes. Way outside yet again. That's going to get Ryan Booth to first base. So a very lucky break here for the Merchants in the top of the 6th inning.
Batting next for Carroll, right field. Designated hitter, number 20, Chase Costa.
And after getting it right, the designated hitter for tonight, Chase Costa, coming up to plate. And Costa's one of those quiet individuals on the team. Haven't talked too much with Costa. I'll have to get one-on-one with them here later on. And that's going to be thrown back over. And look at that, Ryan Booth. Oh, a fortunate break as the catcher, Eduardo Noguera, throwing over to first baseman Sam Kimmerly. And will get over his head, and that'll get Ryan Booth over to second base. So now Ryan Booth will get to second base off of that error. Very, very fortunate. And now if Chase Costa can smack this one home, well, you can see what happens. Chase Costa, not, again, like you said before, not afraid to hit the ball pretty far. As that next one is going to be good for ball number 2. And Chase Costa, 19 at-bats so far this season. 4 runs, 4 hits, and 2 RBIs. So has got some runners home, but let's see what he can do here tonight. That's going to be hit on over to foul ball territory. And that's going to bring up strike number 1 for Chase Costa. And make sure, Merchants fans, to follow us on all of our social medias to get up-to-date news and information about your Carroll Merchants. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. And you can watch every single live stream and recorded game that we have. All brought to you by Johnson Communications. That's going to get between the legs of Noguera, and that'll get Ryan Booth over to third base. So Ryan Booth now in the driver's seat, ready to make the home trek and score again for the Merchants. Now his faith and his fate lies in the hands of Chase Costa. Schwartz now with the pitch, going to be outside again. That's going to advance Chase Costa to first base. Again, only 1 out so far here in the top of the 6th inning for the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners, as Chase Costa got the first base off of 4 balls, and Ryan Booth in the position to score. Has Coach Cody Williams over at third base is going to do some hand signals. Not too sure what they mean. Obviously, signals to some of the people to make sure, hey, what are we going to do? What's the next step? And I think that's the way that they need to come and approach this game. What's the next step? What do we need to do next? So obviously, they want to win this game, but they can't be focused on winning. They just need to be focused on A, getting people on base, and B, hitting the balls. That needs to be the top 2 priorities for this Merchants team as they trail 7-1. Schwartz going to take some time with the pitch now. Ooh, and here comes the runner, and here it is. Ryan Booth, he will steal home. Goodness, wow, what a wild pitch will get Ryan Booth home. So off the wild pitch from Schwartz, that will also get Chase Costa over to second base. What a great break for the Carroll Merchants here at the top of the 6th inning. As Ryan Booth, very good to see that, and scores. He just booked it. Pitch from Schwartz going to be just low. And bring up ball number 2. And again, we have Ty Hansen on the plate right now as he's facing a 2-1 count with 1 out. Now Chase Costa's fate will lie in the hands of Ty Hansen as he will throw a strike. Little Schwartz. 2-2 count now for Lowell Schwartz. The crowd here for the Carroll Merchants very loud and very proud tonight. No matter what happens, they will support their Merchants. Pitch here. It's going to be chopped on over to left field, and not before left fielder Jamie Young will get to it. So a very hard hit over to left field, and that'll bring up out number 2 for the Carroll Merchants.
To the plate for Carroll center fielder number 15, Chase.
And of course, Chase. Sorry about that. Chase Corton up the plate. Chase Costa wisely staying at second base, not getting out at third. So now we have both Chases, Chase Costa on second and Corton on second base, or on at plate. So that hit will be hit on over, and that'll be hit by pitch to get Corton over to first base. So now we're going to bring on Tate Johnson, number 18, playing left field here tonight.
Number 18, Tate Johnson.
Again, runners on first and second, Chase Corton and Chase Costa on first and second, respectively. Pitch is going to go outside and low for ball number 1. And maybe this is the inning where things change for the Merchants. Looking a bit grim to start out, but thankfully some of the tides have turned here, as they now only are down 7-2. I say only, but you never know. It has. And here is a hit over to right field. Here comes Costa, and he will get home. A nice RBI double, or yes, an RBI double for Tate Johnson to get Chase Costa home. Goodness.
Up next to bat, catcher number 3, Mike Wallace.
So now Chase Corton will get the second. Tate Johnson will get the first off of what is an RBI double, technically, I believe, for Johnson. That'll, of course, make another score. And that's kind of the hustle we like to see here when they're down, is they never give up hope. So now only down 7-3. First pitch is going to be good for strike number 1. Excuse me, there we go. So again, we have Mike Wallace, the stolen base champion. 7 stolen bases with this game included. And now the fate of this inning rests in the hands of Mike Wallace for this Merchants team. Pitch for Schwartz way outside, almost into the next county. Going to be good for ball number 1. Get a good hustle by Chase Costa to get home. I don't think I've ever seen anyone run so hard in their life, but that's the kind of urgency that these Merchants players need to play with tonight. Still down 7-3. Pitch from Schwartz. Going to be chopped on over to right field. What a good hit. Here comes Chase Corton, and he will score. And here else will come Tate Johnson. Wow. An RBI. Well, no, it will be called back potentially. Oh, no, it will be an RBI double for Mike Wallace. Wow. So a very good hit by Mike Wallace. We'll get both Chase Corton and Tate Johnson home. And it will stand. I was thinking that the umpire was going to hold that back, but no, it will count. And now the Carroll Merchants find themselves still down 7-5. But what a turn of events here in the top of the 6th inning. Not the same team I saw starting out tonight. But here we go, 7-5 here tonight. Wow, what a turn of events here. Very, very lucky break here for the Merchants. A very good hit by number 3, Mike Wallace. And now Mike Wallace has the opportunity to get another stolen base as we bring out a new pitcher for the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners, number 11, Jared Littlejohn. He is a new pitcher for Dodge, making very quick work, making sure, hey, if we got guys making scores, we need to get someone else new in there. So Jared Littlejohn going to get his chance in the limelight. And when I was typing his name into the stats, I was a little confused. I'm like, is his name really Littlejohn? And yes, it is Jared Littlejohn, number 11. Again, your score here in Fort Dodge, 7-5. Top of the 6th inning, and your Merchants are in charge and ready to, well, keep the scoring going. With 2 outs, that's no issue for the Merchants. We're going to bring on Andrew Fay here tonight. He is 1 for 2, has a single. He was walked and had a fly out. So Andrew Fay looking to continue the good fortunes of the Merchants. Again, 2 outs, and it's no issue.
Next up to bat, shortstop, number 4, Andrew Fay.
So now we're going to bring up the next batter here tonight, Andrew Fay. Andrew Fay from John Wood Community College. And his hometown is Dardenne Prairie, Missouri. So a lot of guys from the Midwest here. He's going to smack into left field. He's going to throw his bat down in anger. Not too happy about that one. He's going to leave his bat over by the home plate. And that will end the top of the 6th inning here tonight for the Carroll Merchants. So sorry about that, fans. It was just a little bit of shock. Andrew Fay not too happy about that one, of course. And, well, we're going to take a little bit of break here tonight, and we'll be back with more baseball action here on the Carroll Merchants YouTube and Facebook page.
19 Merchant corporate sponsors are Merchant Park Concession, Kick 106.7, KCIM 1380 92.5, 93.7 KKRL. And now, on to the broadcast booth.
And welcome back, Merchants fans, to the Carroll Merchants YouTube and Facebook pages. We're here live in Fort Dodge, Iowa. And current score here tonight, Carroll Merchants behind 7-5 as we come into the bottom of the 6th inning. And what a game has been so far. The Merchants had a little bit of trouble getting into the groove until now. Just in the last nick of time with 2 outs, they got 3 runners in, and it has been an entertaining game now. I want to say now, but it's been entertaining so far. Joey Hudson coming in for the Merchants. Got the pitching going off again. They've already had 3 pitchers thus far, Joey being the 3rd one. And he got stuff going again for the defense. The offense has been hot again. Mike Wallace with a double to get 2 runners home. So an impressive showing so far here tonight. And as we continue here live on not live, but pre-recorded, live here in Fort Dodge, I want to thank all you Merchants fans and Pioneer Baseball League fans alike for tuning in tonight for this pre-recorded matchup between the Carroll Merchants and the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners, brought to you by Johnson Communications. And you can follow us for all the news and information regarding the Carroll Merchants. You can follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube pages. And you can watch every single matchup between every single opponent this season. We're going to be live streaming or recording every single matchup tonight. As we continue here in Fort Dodge, we will continue with play with the Carroll Merchants defense. First pitch from Joey Hudson is going to be good for strike number 1. And this game is very close, a very entertaining game as we've come to see between these two teams. Last night, between the Merchants and the Fort Dodge Miners, it was very close, 9-7. The Miners were able to score a grand slam and a home run to start off the game last night, but then couldn't get it going as the Carroll Merchants just hit after hit and were able to win. That is going to be chopped on over to foul ball territory. And as it slams into, there it is. Well, what do you know? Foul ball comes over my way. As I heard it, and then I didn't see it, and then it comes rolling on over to here. Well, that'll be foul ball, strike number 2. Reminds me of that video of that pitcher who caught the foul ball. Very impressive. That's going to be good for strike or ball number 2. I don't know if you've seen it, but you need to go YouTube the video where the announcer catches the foul ball. It is amazing. He thanks himself. It's a blast to watch. Next pitch from Hudson is going to be outside. Ball number 2, going to bring on a full count. Joey Hudson is staying calm in this situation as he's going to throw the full count pitch. It's going to be hut on over to, yes, it will be called fair. Third base umpire going to call it fair, and that'll be staying at first will be Jamie Young. So Jamie Young wisely staying over at first base as Tate Johnson got over there quick enough. But that'll be a base hit for for Jamie Young. We're going to bring on Adam Young to the plate. So Adam Thompson now. And now Joey Hudson. Still no outs quite yet. The bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes pitch from Hudson. Way outside. Almost into the county line, and that'll be ball number 1. So now that Joey's come in pretty early on in this game, wants to keep his arm pretty loose. He's thrown quite a bit during this season. I believe 12 innings pitched before this game. So very frequent pitcher for the Merchants. That next one's going to be good for strike number 1. Some very encouraging words for Joey Hudson. As Jamie Young is just way off base, Nick Supel gonna try to stay on base. Maybe get something going. Hudson gonna take some time, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's gonna be on the ground. Gonna bring up ball number 2. And as I've talked to some of these guys, we'll get some more information out of these guys. We'll get their favorite locations, places, favorite superheroes, etc. We'll get some fun facts from these guys before the next home game. We just want to bring information that's super fun and talk about besides just the game. So we'll get some more information about these folks and these players that you watch all the time. As Joey Hudson's going to look on over to second or over to first base, maybe scare Jamie Young just a little bit. Hudson's going to throw on over to first base. You will be safe. Joey Hudson's very quick. He just turned on over, and it was over in the glove of Nick Supel very quickly. Again, Joey Hudson, 2-1 count now. And here it comes. And here comes Jamie Young to second base, and he will be out, I believe. Or no, he will be safe, it looks like. Couldn't get a good look between the umpire and the batter, but he will be safe, surprisingly. So from the looks from over here, it looked that Ty Hansen got the ball in time, but unfortunately it will not be it. Score still stands 7-5 here, folks. Very close game between these two teams. And Joey Hudson here with the pitch. It's going to go right in between the shortstop and the second baseman. And here comes Jamie Young to the plate. And yes, Wolby out. Goodness, what a throw. A good throw to get number 26, Jamie Young, out at second, or at home.
Next up, bat right fielder number 14, Drew Demers.
So a good throw right over to Mike Wallace to get the runner out, Jamie Young. That's going to keep the score at 7-5, keeping this Merchants' hope alive. And again, Adam Thompson on second base now. No other runners on base quite yet. That pitch is going to be swung on and missed completely. It's going to be good for strike number 1. Now a little bit of a breeze coming on through the area. Oh, it feels nice. A little bit of humid out here tonight in Fort Dodge. And on deck for the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners is number 20, Sam Kimmerly. So we'll see him here in a little bit. That pitch is going to go over to third base, and no! Oh, goodness, what a turn of events. Mike Wallace tried to throw it over to second or third baseman Ben Berg, and there will be the run scored. A comedy of errors, or an error committed by Drew Demers. That ball was thrown, but that will be... So the error committed, unfortunately, will make this score 8-6. And that's going to be chopped on over to the infield. And here comes the throw. No! That will not be it. So that chop over will not be it. Oh, goodness me. A good chop by Drew Demers, and will Hanson will not get over to Super Bowl in time.
Batting next, first baseman number 20, Sam Kimmerly.
So now here comes Sam Kimmerly up next to bat for the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners. Score still stands 8-5 after that error, as Mike Wallace tried to throw over to Ben Berg, but it got past Berg, and, well, that got another runner home. And now Hudson going to take a little bit of time, and here it comes right to the middle, and that will be a foul ball over to the right side. 0-1 count now. If you hear some of that gravel shuffling behind me, that's just some of the young fans running over to grab that foul ball. Of course, they can redeem it for 50 cents. Like I said before, I don't know what's more worth it, a game ball or a foul ball. Not too sure. Back on over to first. No. Looked like to me he got him, but looked like Demers got down just in time. Can be called safe at first. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. This game very close, 8-5, within 3 scores for the Merchants. Only 1 out so far for Joey Hudson and his defense. Pitch over, throw. Nope, we'll be safe. Joey Hudson, a little bit desperate to get Drew Demers out, trying to make the Fort Dodge Miners pay for that run, even though it was not earned. Still count stands 0-1 with 1 out. Hudson going to take a little bit of time. Going to take a little bit of break. Call a timeout. Count still stands 0-1 as the Meyer said. Still 1 out. This Merchants team playing the slow game here tonight on defense. Maybe not for the best, but back over to first. Will not happen. 3rd time over to first. Some of the people in the stands not too happy about throwing back over to first. Is not too happy with Joey Hudson, I should say. Hudson now with the pitch. That's going to be over to second. Will it be out? No. Faye's going to throw his fist down in anger, pure anger, and will not be called out. Fortunately, though, Hudson now has 2 strikes. Andrew Faye a little Little is an understatement, but very mad he did not get the out there. And, of course, Demers will get second. So now Demers will inch his way off base. Fay going to be close behind him. Really wants revenge now with Hudson. 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be hit on over to right field as it's going, and it's gone. Sam Kimberly with a very good home run, and that will get the score of 10-5 for the for the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners. And now this team finds himself up 5 runs. My goodness. A quick change of pace for the Miners. Fortunately, no runners on base, but unfortunate for the Carroll Merchants. Goodness, that is not the kind of break they needed. Quite the reverse. We're going to bring on Nate Dolman here. We're going to go to the top of the batting order for the Miners. Goodness me, oh my. How quick a game could change here in the game of baseball. And unfortunately enough, the Merchants not on the receiving end of the good side of that. Joey's first pitch is going to be good for strike number 1. As we continue, here comes the next pitch from, it's going to be swung on and missed by Nate Dolman. That's the kind of energy we needed to see behind the hand of Joey Hudson. But again, Joey Hudson not showing too much emotion. That's the kind of thing you like in a pitcher. Someone who's dedicated and very serious when it comes to his way of playing. That's going to be a little high. Ball number 1. Again, 2 very close calls for this team. Almost getting a runner out at first and second, but not quick enough according to the umpire. Here comes the next pitch from Joey Hudson. That's going to be outside. Ball number 2. She's going to bring up the 2-2 count. Hudson now with the 2-2. That's going to be outside yet again. That's going to bring up a full count for Mr. Joey Hudson. And up on deck for the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners is going to be number 6, Jose Guillen Jr., and after that, Jackie Jimenez. But Hudson is going to throw out the ground, and that's going to bring up ball number 4 and advance Dolman to first base.
Center fielder number 6, Jose Guillen Jr.
So now we come Jose Guillen Jr. up next to bat for the Gypsum Miners. And this Merchants team needs to get some sort of miracle going. Needs to start praying or something. Again, this dugout is very quiet, almost dead. Again, this isn't the situation. They were just getting back into the swing of things, just getting back up and almost tying this game up at 7-5, but with 3 runs scored here by the Miners, one earned by an error, and 2 of them by a home run. This Merchants team is looking a little sad. That's going to be good for ball number 2 for Hudson. Pitch by Hudson. Gonna be good for strike number 1. So a good pitch by Joey Hudson. Gonna bring up the 2-1 count. Needs to close out these next few batters quickly. As the pitch is gonna be over to second base. Yes! That will be out. Ty Hansen gonna get revenge for Fay. And that will get Nate Dolman out at second. So next pitch from Joey Hudson. Going to be outside. That's going to bring up ball number 4 for Jose Guillen Jr. Going to bring him up to first base. And if you missed it, Nate Dolman was caught stealing second base. Mike Wallace threw back over to Ty Hansen. Got out number 2. But again, this Merchants team is playing the long game here tonight. Their defense has been here for quite a while. We're already at the 2.5 hour mark for this 9-inning game, and let's see what happens as we continue play. Joey Hudson, next pitch, going to be way outside, going to bring up ball number 1. If you do not know here, fans, the stadium in Fort Dodge does not have lights, so the question might be asked, if it gets too dark, will the game just end? Who knows? We will have to find out later on, but for now, we're still at the bottom of the 6th inning. Your Carroll Merchants are trailing 10-5 against the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners. As the next pitch comes, it's going to be popped up over to left field, and it will be caught by Tate Johnson. A good catch. That will be out number 3. Thankfully, another rough inning for this Carroll Merchants team, as we're going to bring on the 7th inning here in just a little bit. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here on the Carroll Merchants YouTube and Facebook page, but we'll be back in just a little bit with more Merchants baseball action.
We would like to thank these great Merchant program sponsors for 2019. Bloomers Bar and Grill, Echo Electronics, Roman Stephenson Son Construction, Gretaman Associates Insurance and Real Estate, Region 12 Council of Governments, Windstar Lines, Pro Auto, United Bank of Iowa.
Welcome back, Carroll Merchants fans, to the Carroll Merchants Facebook page and YouTube page. Your Carroll Merchants trying to ride the waves, but unfortunately are being met with rough waters here tonight in Fort Dodge. They trailed 10-5, had some good hitting their last time at bats, and now they're going to be facing off against, well, again, they're facing off against Gerard Littlejohn. They were able to get some runs off of the last 2 pitchers, but now, well, they find themselves in a little bit of deficit, 10-5. So we'll see what happens here in the top of the 7th inning. 3 more innings to go here tonight. The Merchants need to get something going, need to at least get 5 more runs to tie this. And I'm not too worried. Even though this Merchants dugout has been a little frustrated thus far, I don't have any doubt in my mind that they could bring this back. They've shown us already tonight that they can bring it back to 2 runs. So let's see what happens here in the top of the 7th inning. Again, we want to thank all of you Merchants fans and Pioneer Baseball League fans alike for watching this replay of the Carroll Merchants versus the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners. We unfortunately could not have internet here tonight, and, well, we're going to continue this game here tonight, pre-recorded, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Let us know in the comments below how you're enjoying this game so far. Hopefully we're doing a good job having some fun here tonight. We'll try our best next time on our next away game to have some more fun facts for these players and some more just information about these guys. You know, as you guys are starting to learn them, I'm starting to learn their names and their faces and their likes and dislikes and all this stuff. So we'll get to learn them here next time in the next away game. Pitch from from Littlejohn. It's going to be hit on over to foul ball territory. It's going to be good for for foul ball, but for strike number 1. Again, the batter up next, or batter here, is going to be Nick Supel. So Nick Supel now, faced with an 0-1 count. That's going to be swung on and missed by Nick Supel. Going to bring up strike number 2. Supel trying to keep his cool, keep his calm. You can see from here, kind of gripping his teeth a little bit, kind of mad, as anyone in this situation would be. Littlejohn now with the pitch. That's going to be hit on back here to foul ball territory. And trust me, if a foul ball comes this way, I'm probably going to flinch. I might make a noise. As, again, I'm very close to first base. You can see the table in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. That's how close I am to home plate. But it is a great view nonetheless. I will say that much. It is a great view here tonight. Pitch from Littlejohn. Going to be hit on and missed over to foul ball territory. Through the trees, through the branches, and behind the stadium. Nick Supel still faced with a 0-2 count now. Again, the next batters up next, we'll have Ben Berg coming up next, as well as Ryan Booth. That's going to be swung on and I believe hit the foul ball territory. Another foul ball for Nick Supel. As I was saying, Ben Berg coming up on deck. In the hole is Ryan Booth for the Merchants. Nick Supel trying to keep us calm, but doesn't look like he's having too much fun. Pitch from Little John, close to hit him as my legs twitch a little bit. That's going to bring up ball number 1 for Little John. And no, I do not mean the rapper Little John. That's Lil John. This is Little John. Jared Little John. So now Nick Supel heading up the plate. That last one's going to be struck on a missed. Supel not necessarily agreeing with that, and he's going to say some stuff under his breath. Going to talk a little bit to the ump. Ump's going to look at him. Nick needs to make sure he doesn't get thrown out of this game.
Next up to bat,
He was disputing whether it was inside the box or not, and Supel will just walk off a little frustrated, to say the least. We're going to bring on the hometown hero, Ben Berg, to the plate, as the sun is peeking his head out yet again here tonight. Oof, pitch from number 11. Don't know if I agree with that one, but it will be called strike 1. Now the next pitch from Little John. It's going to be just low. Ball number 1. And now the 0-1 pitch from Little John. It's going to be just inside strike number 2. Excuse me, the count now stands 1-1 or 1-2. As Little John's making very quick work of the Merchants here in the top of the 7th inning. Next pitch from Little John. Going to be on the ground. It's going to bring up ball 2. This Merchants team had a very good rally going on not too long ago in the 6th inning. Just 1 inning to go, but now they're faced with a situation as Ben Berg, and it's going to hit one to center field straight to Jose Guillen Jr., almost like a homing rocket to him. And that'll bring up out number 2.
Batting next, right fielder, number 14, Ryan Booth.
Here comes up Ryan Booth, the home run hero for tonight. Recorded the first run back in the 4th inning. So in the 4th inning, they were successful in getting 1 run in, but since then they've had 4 runs in the 6th inning. Were more successful then, but are a little struggling a little bit. That first pitch is going to be strike number 1. So let's see if Ryan Booth can bring back some of that magic here. Maybe rub the magic lamp and make a wish from the genie and get something going. That's going to be swung on and missed by Ryan Booth. 0-2 count now for Little John and 2 outs. Making very quick work, almost like making a TV dinner in the microwave. Done in under 2 minutes. That's going to be a foul ball popped up over, and that's going to hit foul out of here. In the wrong direction, a anti-home run, I like to call him. As it goes outside the park, but in the wrong direction. But he meant to hit in the right direction. We all know what direction he meant to hit it in, right? Now next pitch from Little John, 0-2. Oh, almost going to hit Booth in the head. Going to bring up ball number 1 for Little John. Again, a Magic Genie might be nice for this Merchants team. The Magic Genie rubbing for luck might just work, but I don't know if it's working here tonight. It's going to be outside yet again. It's going to bring up the 2-2 count for Little John. Again, the Carroll Merchants down 10-5 currently. We're about to reach the 3-hour mark for our broadcast tonight. Now the next pitch from Little John, low again. And it's going to bring on a full count with 2 outs. This Merchants team had a very good luck, even with 2 outs. As we said back in the 6th inning, recording 4 runs, even with 2 outs, faced with adversity, they came out on top a little bit. And that's going to be outside. That's going to be ball number 4 for Ryan Booth, and I'll advance him to first base. We're going to bring up Chase Costa, number 20, the Hawaii native, up next.
Number 20, Chase Costa.
Again, Merchants fans, we love all the stuff that you bring to us. We also want to give a huge shout out as we're continuing with this game, to all the host families in Carroll, Iowa that, of course, house these individuals for the summer, and all the family members of these players who